Can a British citizen bring an ageing or ill parent to live with them in France? Well, that is the question, isn't it? It really is. Hey, well, while you're here, please boot the old like button. Now, there is a point in everybody's life where you might need a bit of extra care. Now, say, for instance, your parents and you want to bring them over to France to live with you so you can provide that care. It might be end-of-life care, even. Well, you're going to need to think about immigration rules. Because there's different immigration rules depending upon your status. So is it even possible? Now, that is the question, like I say. Well, in this instance, the most important thing is your own status, as there are different rules depending on whether you are a French resident, a French citizen, or whether you're married to a French citizen, or if you are British and covered by the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, the post-Brexit agreement. And if you've been living in France since before December the 31st, 2020. Now, you know, well, the Trade and Cooperation Agreement is a little bit special, to say the least. But I don't want to get into that, because this channel's not about politics. No. Well, non-EU citizens who are resident in France, in most cases, French law allows foreigners, family reunification in regard to spouses and minors, children under 18 years of age. Now, if you've been residing in France for at least 18 months, and that you hold a 10-year residency card or residency permit valid for over 1 year. But unfortunately, don't worry, this isn't the end game. No, we'll get into that in a moment. Well, unfortunately, the right to family reunification does not apply to ascendants. No. So technically, you can't bring your elderly parent, but can you? Well, bear with us. Anyway, parents or grandparents of the applicant. No, not under usual immigration rules about, reunification of your spouses. Now, this even applies even if they are financially and medically dependent on you. Doesn't matter. No. Now, the French website, Service to the Public, explains that elderly parents can come to France under the status of a visitor, and if they have the financial resources. So there is another way of doing it. But if you're a Brit, the Trade and Cooperation covers you to bring ascendants. Yes, Brits covered by the Withdrawal Agreement. And if you are a UK national and you're legally resident in France before December 31st, 2020, then you are covered by the Withdrawal Agreement, the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, and should have the special post-Brexit cards de jour. Well, the Withdrawal Agreement states that the Brits covered by it can bring family members to join them in the European Union. And this covers direct descendants under the age of 21 or dependents and direct ascendants, such as your parents. And they've got to be dependent upon you as well. A spouse or partner with a lasting and proven relationship. Well, in the case of parents, this is, direct ascendant dependence. That's the bits that's important, and that allows you to bring your elderly parents to France. But you're going to have to prove that not only that these are your parents, I'm going to do a blood test for that, I don't know, but that they are actually financially dependent upon you. Just being your parent is not enough. So you're going to have to show, for example, that you have been making regular payments from you to your parent to show that they are dependent on you, and that they're not other family members are actually available to care for them either. So you've got to prove that somehow. Now, maybe it's time to start sending your parents some money if that is your end goal. Maybe you put it into a separate bank account. You ain't got to spend it. It could be a savings scheme if you like. A bit dodgy, isn't it? There you go. Everything's so complicated, isn't it? It really is. Anyway, once your parent arrives in France, the application with your local prefecture citing the Brexit Withdrawal Agreement must be submitted within 3 months of arrival. Now, as you know, you've got the 90 in every 180 days anyway. So you've got 3 months to get the ball rolling. And once you've got the ball rolling, you just wait for approval then. Now, depending on your prefecture website, many of them actually bring up about Brexit, for instance. They've got a Brexit-orientated page. And I know that for a fact that Paris does. It really depends on your region, really. But the application will likely require, obviously, birth certificate, their birth certificates, etc., showing that your parents' information, as well as ID, obviously their passports, and proof of housing, that they're going to be living with you. Additionally, your parent will need to show proof of private medical insurance to cover the first 3 months of their stay. And if you cannot meet these requirements, then maybe your best option will be a long-term visitor visa instead, which will be the 12-month carte séjour, the 12-month long-stay visa. And then maybe after that, you could then on the 10th month apply for your carte séjour for your parent. And then, you go on from there, basically. But obviously, it's all down to finances as well. Yeah. So it is possible. And British citizens covered under the Withdrawal Agreement have some preferential treatment compared to other third countries. But it's still a bit of a jump through hoops, isn't it? But that might be your only hope. Your parent might not be receiving the care that you would like for your parent in the UK. Or any other country come to that. So anyway, what do you reckon? Are you in this situation? Have you heard of this before? Are you considering bringing your elderly parent to live with you here in France? Leave it in the comments down below. If you want to support the channel, you do it on Patreon or buy us coffee, and links down below. But also, please just boop the old like button. It helps the channel, Now it's time to go. So excited to, or should it be toodaloo?